rolling. That's wonderful. You come to help with this as well, have you? You've got many skills, haven't you, Steve? Right. Thought I'd just give you a quick show of Lucas's tomatoes. And within this one, I've just checked it. There's cucumbers, but there's nothing sprouting yet. Strawberries are coming along nicely. So that'll probably be the extent of what we grow this year. Be nice if we can grow something else, but we will see. Good morning. Right, if you've watched other videos of ours, you might guess I'm stood at the gable end of the outbuilding that's lost its roof. Today I'll take you round in a bit, and cats, hang on. Sorry for the interruption. But they have to appear as soon as you start talking. Anyway, as I was saying, right, I'm at the end of this outbuilding here. And I will take you around the various locations that need fixing, because in the next couple of weeks I'm going to be attempting to fix this. I can't deny I am quite scared about it, but I will show you the bits and pieces that will have to be done. Let me flick you around and show you the ivy. Right, we killed off this ivy last year and it is all dead, and you might wonder why we haven't removed it all. If I can pick a decent patch to show you. That is in between the stones. It's obviously shifted the stones, and is almost, there's a really good patch actually, almost acting like the mortar or a stone. So taking that out is going to let everything move about. So for the time being, or since we killed it off, we haven't removed it because we didn't want to make it any more unstable than it already is. But I'm going to wander you into the outbuilding I will turn the camera off to climb in there because we got so much stuff in there. It's a little bit dangerous. I'll show you. So this patch at the back here is going to be the first thing to attempt. Alright, here we go. I can't get you the best shot because until I can attempt to do any of this, really, all of this needs to be moved out of here, because although we can't use it as proper storage, we've been using it as storage with tarpaulins over everything. But this is the first thing that's going to need fixing. It wasn't as bad as this at the end of last year, but over winter, obviously with no roof on it, and the cold and the wind and the rain we've had, what's down here have fallen out. Now, maybe you could see it as a blessing in disguise, but all this timber here, I think, which is what was under here, look, I'll show you. This is our timber. This is it, all timber that we've saved from the house. But we think that's probably been supporting that wall to a degree. So as soon as this timber comes, a lot of these stones are going to fall. But this is going to be the first point of attack, because if this wall goes completely, then I'm guessing it's going to have a knock-on effect on the gable. So that needs all the bits of ivy removing. My plan is to get as much stone out as possible and attack it from this side with getting lime in here to try and strengthen the exterior wall, and then start to rebuild the interior here. Right. Just for a little bit of context, I'm back at the end of it. And we're going to go to the side. Now, this is the tree, which I don't know if it's going to pick it up on camera, but you can see this section has been pushed in. Let me get round. It's been pushed in about 3 inches where the tree had been leaning against it there. Right, let's straighten this camera up. So when this tree was growing, it's leant into there and pushed all of that in. My plan, whether it'll work or not, is there's a lintel that runs all the way across there. So that's sitting here. Obviously, I say obviously, I'm not 100% sure. This is my guess. All of this is my guess from looking at it. This, I doubt I'm going to be able to just push back in one movement with all of it. So this is going to have to come out. Not quite sure how I'm going to do this, but I'm guessing try and get this propped somehow. Take these out, because I don't know if that will self-support just on this end and that one. I don't know. So this will have to come out and be rebuilt up to that. Luckily, the end of the building seems to be okay. So hopefully we won't have too much trouble with that. And there's a little patch here that's missing, so that'll need rebuilding. Obviously there's a lot of repairs everywhere to be done. So here we are. I'm hoping the camera will pick this up. I'm not sure if it will. If I come right along the side, the peak top few stones look like they're bulging inwards to me, and I'll show you if I don't think I can reach. No, I'll have to show you from the ground. From the road side of the gable, that looks like it's coming inwards, so I can only assume that this has always looked like this, because obviously we didn't really see it before the roof fell in, so we don't know, but I'm guessing that the roof coming down has shifted these top ones, so they might possibly need to come out. The top up here, this portion here, and I'll show you in a sec the other side as well. So they may need to come out, we don't know yet, but really all of it needs repairing. We got that side pretty much the same as what's happened this side. They've all fallen out, so that needs rebuilding. There's a lot of work on this building. This patch, if you've watched other videos, we have explained all this, but if you haven't, this patch here, originally we think, or we've been told, this would have been a 3-foot door here, and this was all knocked down in the past to create a wider opening, so that has all crumbled and needs fixing. Over here behind all of that, there's 2 holes, so they need fixing too, but this is a massive job, and that's why I'm frightened. I don't think he's going to pick it up on the camera, but this is what I was on about these bulging out there in the same way the others are bulging out the other way, but again, it's just a big job. The last couple of days we've just been tidying. Ben's just picking some bits and pieces out. I've done all the strimming around the place, and we'll mow today. But we've done strimming around here, a bit of hedge trimming on the wall, gave it a bit of a haircut. This used to be a big cottage. It's not actually a boundary wall as such, it was a big cottage there. And I've trimmed around in preparation for getting rid of this eventually, but it just needed tidying up. Ooh. So we've done that, and we will paint this house white this year just to make it look a bit brighter. It's such a gloomy, and on camera it looks even gloomier than it does in real life, but it is a gloomy colour. So we dug the channels through again. After strimming, dug back there because we get water pooling here, and the plan is probably to take all of this soil off along here and see where the water goes. If we're finding that it's then pooling back to here, we may need to put something back in here, but we're not sure. It's all about trial and error. We are new to all of this, so I'm sure we're going to do a huge amount of things wrong and have to do them all over again. But such is life. So that's what's going on at the moment. Oh, I'll nip you backwards. Ben's been doing a bit of pipe work, putting some filters in. I don't know, have you explained what the filters are, or are you going to do a little section on?
Do it in a bit.
Yeah, so Ben's been doing filters and that, and that's where we are. But I thought I'd just give you a quick rundown of the outbuilding and sort of what needs doing on it, and the plan to do that in the next coming weeks. Just a lot of preparation, because I'm going to need to rake out lots of places as well as get all this ivy out as well. So it's going to take a little while, but we'll get there eventually.
So the plan is to improve this wonky pipework and then explain what each one of these filters does. That's what I'm up to. So there we go, that looks much better. Not happy with that one, that's still off at a slight angle, but the plan is that the pump will actually turn sideways and sit with its back to the house, and then at some point all of this will get covered up and insulated, ready for winter. Now the filters, starting with the small filter, that is called a spin down filter, and basically it's a piece of metal gauze. The water goes through that and catches any of the large debris. The one in the middle is a filament filter, and that catches any smaller bits of it's a sediment filter actually, catches any sediment that the spin down filter doesn't catch. And then the one on the extreme left is a carbon filter, so that reduces taste. Again, a sediment filter as well, but reduces taste, chlorine. I think it removes lead too. And then on order, and hopefully coming in a couple of days, will be the ultraviolet light. Now that I'm not sure where I'm going to put that, because that gets plugged into the electric like the water pump does. So I'm going to have to address that when it gets here. And as I said on a previous video, a ultraviolet light kills the bacteria. It stops the bacteria from actually breeding. So although it doesn't kill it, it stops it from causing any harm. So that's then the last stage of filtration. So this would be a 4-part filter, a 4-stage filter. But I am pleased with that. That's actually a tidy job for plumbing for me. There we go, that's that bit done. Another little job complete.
Right, I'm just going to try and prop up these raspberries that we kept, and they're doing really well. Ben's just going through to see what's not any good, but they're actually doing
ever so well.
Yeah, downside is there's a lot of nettles within them, and I've just tried pulling out a few, and these gloves here are obviously not good enough because they stung me through the gloves, so I might have to get some different gloves. I'm going to do that, and then I thought I might show you this ash tree that kind of looks a bit dead, but it's trying its hardest to sprout some new life. Not sure if it will come to anything, but it's trying. And then I thought I'd show you this apple tree blossom again, and it's such a shame. I walked up here earlier and you could smell a perfume, and I had a sniff of the blossoms, and it's such a shame that you can't smell it because it smells so nice. And I don't know if I've ever really thought about it before, but I've never noticed blossom to smell nice. Maybe because you normally can't smell it because the tree's not half lying on the ground. But I've finished the mowing. It looks really nice, and hopefully the more we do it, the more grass we'll see start to appear, won't we?
I think there's more already.
There is more. It's a shame to get rid of the creeping buttercup, but it's so widespread you can't really.
No.
You can't avoid it, but it is grassing up a lot more. But it's looking really, really nice at the moment. But I thought I'd bring you down here whilst we string up these raspberries.
That's the one. Raspberries.
I've got 3 of these. Ben's sister bought them for us for Christmas one year, and they've come in quite handy, haven't they? They've got Procosmia, fuchsias at our last house, and we thought these might do the trick. There'll be one either side and one at the back to try and
That looks good actually.
Well, it looks better than them
Yeah.
sort of falling on the ground.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I hadn't have trimmed so many of them, but
It wasn't just that though, was it?
no, it was a mess. Brambles, nettles, everything all
Yeah.
in one clump. This was the only one that was just in the wrong place, that's all.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's tie these off then, yeah?
Yeah. Alright, we prop these up. We're not sure what we're supposed to do with them, but we're going to Google when we go in. So we don't know if they're supposed to be upright, lying on the ground, but temporarily, at least they're not going to get trampled on. and they've been cleared out, and we'll find out how we're supposed to get them to grow. Look nice though.
They look more manageable than before.
Yeah. That was a real extreme close up then, because I nearly tripped.
Oh.
I like to hear the wind chime.
There we go.
Oh, more ash leaves, look.
So there's Dawn. Donned the shorts,
Yeah.
donned the vest top.
Excuse the legs.
She said, excuse the legs. Since we came back, I think 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, we have had the most fantastic weather. Today, I think it's getting up to 20 degrees. Tomorrow, 21 degrees. Tomorrow being Saturday, it's Friday today. And then it's supposed to break on Sunday, which, as we're down to our last 600 litres of stored water, I must say,
It's a little bit scary.
yeah, we are low. But fingers crossed for us for rain on Sunday. And I am sorry for anybody else in Ireland who's basking in the sun at the moment. Right, so we've had a week of all sorts of bits really. Done some plumbing, a little bit of plumbing. We've done some mowing, some strimming.
Yep.
We've done some digging, but
Yeah.
we did promise you we wouldn't show you any digging. Dawn's digging, ignore Dawn.
Ignore me.
Right, so
Nothing to see here.
we are at the end of the area I started clearing out with the huge stones. And there was one commenter, and I can't remember your name, so I am sorry, said they wouldn't be surprised if we found a cobbled path between these two buildings. It's not a cobbled path we found, but there is something, and it did appear to have drainage in it in the past, and they put stones in so you could walk over the drainage. On the left, that's the base along there of the left building. On the right, that's the base there. So we're not going down any deeper than that. And at the moment, we're not going to pull these stones out, because our plan is to have a perforated pipe down the middle of here. We will dig down to do that, so it'll be a French drain basically down the middle of here. There'll be a perforated pipe which will catch any water which collects in here and does run under the outbuildings, etc., and so on. So at the end of the building, we dug down. We knew there was water coming out because it was coming out further down the stream down here, so we knew it was full of water. It was a case of finding the water level. So bearing in mind we haven't had any water for the last 2 weeks, no rainfall.
No.
We still have water in this area. So this is where the perforated pipe stroke French drain comes in. That's going to catch this water, and at the end of the outbuilding it can come out and down the ditch. Now the surface water, which a lot of it comes from the road up there down the side of the house, and a past video Dawn did the temporary channel just to divert the water instead of it just sitting in all of the grass and everything else around the house. So the plan with that is this side will be collected, the front of the house will be collected and come round, and the back of the house be collected. It will all end up in a pipe here. That pipe will run along the top of the perforated pipe because once it's in the pipe, somebody said on a video I watched, once you've got the water in a pipe, you don't want it out of the pipe. So we're going to keep it into the pipe along above, and when I say above I mean directly on top of it, above the perforated pipe, and again that will come out here and go into the ditch. So that's what we've been doing. We're a little bit flummoxed with the triangular stones. Now one comment said, are they pike stones? Now we're guessing. Did you say you found them?
Oh, I can't remember. I googled it quickly.
You had a quick Google, but yeah, okay, so we are a little bit flummoxed. Now pike stones, do you mean the stones that go at the top of a gable end? But there's one, there's two. I removed one on video the other day.
One big one round here.
Yeah, which is 3, 4, possibly one there is 5. And there's also one in this pile. That pile is everything from out of the alley, or what we call the alley between the two outbuildings. It is humongous. But the reason we think there was something there originally is because there's all of the small stone chippings, or are they out the building that's falling down? We don't know, we'll probably never know. But what we have to do is make this fit our needs. So we'll have, like I say, a French drain with a perforated pipe in there, which may extend out further. The problem we have, this huge stone here is bedrock, so we're probably not going to be able to get under it, so the French drain may start there. So French drain has a perforated pipe in and then gravel, but on top of the perforated pipe a solid pipe which will catch all of the surface water from going around the house. Dawn earlier on in the video, there's just a temporary channel there, and as you saw on a previous video, that's what we've uncovered, and we'll put a channel here, French drain style, possibly exposed though, we'll see. The UV filter came for all of this, so that's going to be set up over the weekend. Here we go. We have 3 IBCs. There's 100 litres. There's 200 litres. We got 600 litres until the next rainfall. The barn IBC is completely empty, and the galvanised tank is completely empty. So we are literally down to 600 litres of water. We have no more. We have bottled water, so it's not like we can't wash. Dawn showed you quickly earlier in the video this section we'd cleared out, and she said the water pooled, and basically this was grass and soil and the render which has fallen off. So there was big piles and it was just retaining the moisture. So we've scraped that all of the way back now, and that's letting the bottom of the wall dry out, because again the bottom of the wall sits on these big stones, so it's giving those an airing. What will probably happen, and it is a probably, and I'll explain why, this will probably all come out and we put some form of drainage in. There's the old channel that Dawn did in the past, and that worked well. It diverted the water around, but there was still a lot collected here. So the reason it's a probably is because this stone is bedrock, so we're hoping it doesn't extend too far to the right. Further along is another piece of bedrock there, and then just up there, look, this great big mound is bedrock. Now, with the best will in the world, we're probably not going to be able to get through that, and we've pointed it out so many times before. The bedrock that actually comes up above the road and in various places. It's all over the place. So this is what we're up against with the drainage around the house. We can't simply put a French drain in. Excuse me, sorry. We can't simply put a French drain in because we're going to hit bedrock. If we can't get through the bedrock, the pipe will basically go up and the water will just sit in the drain. So that's going to be a work in progress, and we really are going to have to see what cards we've been dealt on how we deal with that. Right, it is such a gorgeous day. Where we started off, when we came back, we noticed there was one swallow. Hello.
Hello.
We noticed there was one swallow. That button. Ooh, out the sun. There we go. Yeah, when we came back, we noticed there was one swallow up on the electric fence. Flying around today, there was 5 or 6. So they're finding each other. And I'm guessing they'll do what they do, and then they'll have babies, and then we get to see all of the babies flying around. Cuckoos.
Yeah, oh yeah, cuckoos.
We've heard the cuckoos.
Yeah, and we may have seen them fly a few times, but not enough.
Not enough to be able to catch them, record them. They are about, but they tend to be in the distance.
Yeah.
But I think it's time to go in, have a nice glass of lemonade.
It sounds so idyllic.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, they can't see all of this
It is
behind us. Yeah.
This is idyllic.
But for the next week, we've still got bits to do.
Yeah.
So the plan over here, and what you have to remember, when we say our plan, it can change really quickly. So never hear us say one thing and expect it done the following week. It's just a plan.
It will get done.
Yeah.
It just might not be that. When
this
we
is it. It might not be the following week.
Yeah.
So these 3 bags of rubbish, they're going to get moved down to the big heap. We'll have a tidy. Then the wood's going to come out the window. The scaffold's going to come out the window. We'll tidy up in the outbuilding Dawn was showing you earlier on in the video.
Yeah. Basically, we need it clear.
We need it clear.
It's not ideal, is it, to be clambering over stuff?
No.
To be able to fix it.
We're going to get scaffold up inside and outside because we've decided, sod it, we're going to take the top off of that gable end down.
We think it will be safer.
It will be safer.
Safer to do that than to try and fix
what's there, yeah, or move stones and try and put them back in the right place.
It's not what we wanted to do.
No.
We didn't really want to have to do that, but looking at it and thinking about it and thinking it's probably the safer thing to do.
We have,
even if it's the more scary thing to
it's
do.
more scary, it will take a lot longer because we've really never done anything like that before.
We've never even, well, I don't know about you, I can't speak for you, but I've never even laid a brick, so...
I laid a small brick wall around a patio once.
Did you?
And then I clipped the one corner brick and then the whole top course came off. When I was on holiday, my dad came round and he relayed the whole top for me. Yeah, that was a long time ago. So no, long and short, yeah, this is it. We have no end of stones. We're not going to be short of stones, but Dawn at the start of the video said the plan is in the next few weeks to start that, and that's what we're going to do. We've decided we're going to take it down stone by stone, get to a certain level, which is probably the windowsill. You can just see the window over there, and we will rebuild it.
Hello.
Thank you very, very much for watching.
Yes, thank you.
And we will see you next Saturday.
Saturday.
Bye-bye.
Ooh, bye-bye.
Sorry.
That really hurt.
Bye-bye.